now we have some new exciting information. Steve, why don't you just take over for me here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hop up, and we're going to let another gentleman come in here, and I'm going to go ahead and kill the camera. There we go. All right. So,
hey, we, John and Skylar have really, things are really fortunate, and we know that this last year has been something special for a lot of people, and we just see the company headed in the right direction. We've been very, very fortunate in a year that so many things happened. We know about the pandemic, and so many people were hurt by that, and all the things that have happened politically in our country, and all the things that have taken place. We've been so fortunate as a company to continue to see people out there working hard, making money, turning volume, having things happening for them. And we knew, and John and Skylar certainly recognized, hey, we're at a point right now, if we want to go to the next level, we've got to find the right person to help us do that. So I'm gonna introduce a guy to you, Joe Tabor, and let me tell you, I've had the opportunity to spend some time with him, and he's an incredible person. His career started in Traber. Traber, I got his name down right? Who put that? So let me just share a little bit about him, and because I want you to hear from him, okay? I don't want to take all the time, but he got a tremendous background. He started in the network marketing in a company in 1997 called Rexall. I remember Rexall. It was a huge company. He played a major role in the showcasing the international part of that company. Now Rexall was a part of a company, Rexall Sundown. It was a publicly traded company, and when you're a publicly traded company, you really got to dance the dance. You got to know what you're doing. You have to have the right people in place. While he was there, he managed the global information technology team that consisted of over 60 technologists worldwide. So this guy has not just been doing little things local. This guy is a worldwide person, okay? He successfully rolled out a $6 million software project supporting multi-languages and multi-currency for e-commerce at the order entry, and he did fulfillment for the company and members back office with real-time global commission volume reporting. So what does he know about so far? He knows about fulfillment. He knows about working with people. He knows about technology. He knows about worldwide finance and commerce and the way that it works. Part of the due diligence and pre-sales team when Rexall Sundown and another international company were purchased by a company called Royal Numico for $1.8 billion. He was a part of that. So again, helping you to really understand this guy knows what he's doing. His role is going to be the Chief Operations Officer here at United Financial Freedom. We're so excited to have him on board with us, and he's done many other things. I'm gonna let him kind of share those with you a little bit, and we just want you to hear from Joe and all that he brings to the company and why you're excited to be here, Joe, because we're sure excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here because of that introduction. Are you kidding me?
Well, it was a $50 introduction. Just remember that.
Thank you for letting me take the time to introduce myself. What Steve just talked about was my early career from 1997 up to 2006. The last 16 years, I have been working with two companies in Florida. And yes, I did move from Florida to Utah, and I'm sitting in Steve's office right now in the freezing cold, and I love it. I am not going back. My fiance and I drove cross country last week, and we are committed to being with this company. So anyway, since 2007, I was with, let me just regress a little bit. Once we were paid out all of our stock options when the company was sold for $1.8 billion, when Royal Numico purchased it, a bunch of the executives from that company, from RSI, also called Unicity Network, decided that we were going to start a new company. And so we pulled all our money together and started a company based on nutritional supplements for anti-aging. Within three years, that company's revenue grew to over $4 million per month. And my role there was both Senior Vice President of Operations and also of Technology. In 2007, seeing that, maybe nutritional supplements wasn't going to be the rage forever, we decided, okay, let's start a second company. So we started another company, and some of you may know it, although I can't say the name right now, based on coffee with weight management benefits. So within 2 years, that company grew over 3.5 million in monthly sales revenue. And again, I was managing operations and technology for both companies. You wonder why, okay, if you did all this, why would you have left that? I'll be honest with you. Being in multi-level marketing in a company that sells products, they change direction all the time. You have your core product, and then they want to come out with another product, and they want the field to change direction and start selling this product. And we all know how long it takes for the field to filter this information and to retrain everyone, whether it be a comp plan change or a product change or company direction. And I wanted to be with a company also that really valued the field, not someone who thought the field worked for them because you guys are a volunteer army. And I was just feeling like it was time for a change. So anyway, a friend of a friend got in touch with me and said, hey, I know this company out in Draper, Utah, and they really do need a COO. I'd like to introduce you to them. And I said, well, I'm not really sure I want to go that direction. And I talked to my fiance about it. She said, look, just talk to them, see what they have to say. And I said, okay. So my first contact was with Steve. And I don't know why, after talking to him, I decided to keep going. But no, he was straight up front with me, told me about the company, told me about the growing pains. And being through a startup companies twice, I knew what that would entail. I know you have to wear many hats, and I knew Steve was wearing a ton of hats. He was working many, many hours, many, many days. And it's something I'm used to. Being an operations guy, you're almost like the Mad Hatter, right? You work with every department. You have to go through every cross-functional detail. You have to bring people together in order to do things to completion. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to take this a little further. So Steve then introduced me to Skylar and John, and we had some time together and talked for a while. And I was really impressed. These guys get it. They're not just network marketers because their background is in mortgage and insurance. These guys are people first. That's all they care about. They care about how you treat the people. And of course, we have to build a company too. So with the going back and forth, and my qualifications are fine, but that really means nothing in the scheme of things, right? The experience I have got me to this point to be able to talk to them. That's what got me the interview. What I'm really looking forward to now after joining them is taking some of those hats off of everybody's head here and bringing everything together so we can complete some of these projects out there to help the company grow, because I really believe this product that they're selling now is unbelievable. I don't have to convince anybody that, this coffee with Garcinia Cambogia is going to make you lose weight, and that's all you need to do because, this is what we sell. No, this product is proven. I wish I had something like this when I had my first house or my second house and could pay it off. I just believe this debt elimination software is truly remarkable. I am so excited to be here, and I'm not moving back to Florida. I really do like it out here a lot, so unless Steve tells me he wants me to go.
No, it grows on me.
It does grow on you. And, I had many stories in my life, right? Like the news media says, you're only as good as your last story. Well, yeah, I had some good stories, but you know what? I feel like this is going to be my greatest story. And I am so happy to be here because everyone here is going to be a part of that story. The field would be a part of my story. And I do believe we're going to create a company that is going to be phenomenal and so superior in this industry. And I'm just happy to be here. And I will do everything I can within my power to make this that type of company. So thank you.
Well, Joe, look, we truly, not just saying this, we truly are excited that you're here because we know with your experience, what you've done in the past. And folks, if you haven't listened to some of the things that Joe's accomplished, like putting companies together, helping them to raise dollars, to expand and to grow, these are things that we talk about, like that FEP program. This is not new to him of how to help put these things together and make them work. Hearing his background, we all should be so excited to be fortunate to bring a person with this kind of talent on board. So you're going to see some great things happening over the next few months with Joe, and we appreciate them and glad that you're on board.
No, thank you. You know, I'm not a big talker. I'm just a doer. I'll let you do the talking.
Hey, that's fine. We try to do it all. So thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
All right.
Okay, we're going to get Mac back in here.
All right, everybody. Well, that's Joe. And I just got to tell you myself, I'm very excited as well. Very straightforward, very nuts and bolts gentleman. I'm really looking forward to getting in the trenches with him and getting some things handled here for us. So very excited about bringing Joe on. Good information there as well. I'm really excited about what he's going to do. All right. New, and exciting. You were promised some new information, some new release information. You all know Skylar Whitman, our co-founder. This is his lovely family here. And I believe that Skylar can talk now. Skylar, you want to roll and can see if we can hear you?
I'm here. Can you hear me, Mac?
We hear you absolutely phenomenally. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you keyboard and mouse control. And it's your show.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Mac. Well, hey, everybody in the listen to that old flip of the old name there, UFinancial family, joining us tonight. We're so glad that you're on the call with us. There's, as Mac and Steve, and now Mr. Traver, Joe Traver, went over. There is so much going on here at the home office, and I'll be one of the probably first, second, or third people here to say we're so excited to have Joe with us. If you really were able to get as much of a sense of his resume and experience as we have, I think that you guys would really gain probably an even deeper appreciation for what an asset we feel he will be to the cause that we're all working together in trying to help people to be able to get in a much better financial position with the Money Max account and everything that we're doing. So, Joe, thank you so much for joining us tonight. As Joe mentioned, he is here now permanently. He's going to be rowing with us each and every day, and we couldn't be more excited about that. So, okay, so on to the next item of business. As you have been told on multiple agent training calls over the past month or so, the home office has been hard at work on multiple different projects for quite some time. Some of these projects have been being worked on for well over a year, some of them 6 months, some of them, just falling in those different time categories. And one of the, actually 3 of the things that we want to go through and show you tonight, we're super excited about, but keep in mind what I'm going to go through and unveil to you tonight is just the tiniest little speck of what is in the works. But for those of you that were with us in our first go around, we would get so overly excited about things where we would go through and we would tell you about it. We would tell you what's coming. We would tell you it's coming soon and give you kind of a general time frame because we're so excited about it. Well, that's not the way that we're going to do it anymore, because what are you going to do? You're going to hurry up and wait for these really cool things that are coming out. So we're really just going to go through and share with you things that are ready, that can be put in your hands, and that's what we're going to cover with you tonight. Are 3 pretty cool things. They won't take a whole lot of time to review, but we definitely think that you'll appreciate them as you're going forward and doing your best to help spread the good word of debt elimination and financial freedom to your prospects and clients. So with that being said, without any further delay, we do want to go through and show you now. Let me just go through and advance the screen here. Okay. So there is now a new corporate replicated website. This is a quick screenshot of it, and you can find this at UFinancialFreedom.com. And please don't jump off and go there just yet. I will be pulling it up for you. You can pull it up at your leisure, but there are a few things that I want to go through and just kind of show you and help familiarize you with these websites if we can. So again, this is the corporate site. Again, UFinancial Freedom. It's going to go through and live real quick here. I apologize. I don't know what I just did there. Okay. So UFinancialFreedom.com. Okay, so this is the live site, and I apologize, there's a little bit of a delay there with us trying to run this through the webinar. But, you know, it does go through, it contains pretty much all of the same resources and information that the previous corporate website did, but it really has just been put together with the idea in mind to really help people to get a polished sense, a little bit more professional and polished sense of the company, the product, who we are, and what we do. You know, goes through and lists, you know, some of our credibility pieces with the Entrepreneur of the Year Award and these different magazine publications that went through and published our information in there, different awards and different things. And I'm not going to go into heavy detail on the site tonight because we do want to go through and cover all three of these. But at your leisure, again, you can just go through, take a look at these sites. Here's a couple of goofy-looking guys here that share their story about why they started UFinancial and the Money Max account. You know, some of the features of the program are listed in here. Client testimonials, both video and text testimonials. Anyway, at your leisure, definitely become familiar with it. It's not something that is going to take a whole lot of time to become familiar with, but we just feel will really help to give a little bit more of that polished image, you know, lend credibility to how amazing the product and service is that people are able to experience with UFinancial and the Money Max account. So that is the corporate replicated website. Now we want to go through, I apologize here. Now we want to go through and introduce you to the client replicated website. The client replicated website can be found at www.moneymaxaccount.com. And again, for all of you that have been with the company for a while, you already know this. For those of you that may be new with the company, in your agent back office, you have an extension on the end of these URLs, moneymaxaccount.com / and then your agent ID number, or you can go through and customize your extension to really whatever you want. That will go through and pull up your replicated website. So the one that we put up here is just a standard it's not assigned to any specific agent, but for yours, again, just like you may have already seen with the now previous website, it'll have your contact information on it, your name. When somebody goes through and enters information on the site to, you know, for you to contact them to give them more information, that information will come directly to you. So none of that's changed. Just really you know, the look and feel and some of the content has been worked on and upgraded in order to you know, keep up with the image of what we feel this product and company is all about. So just again, they can go through and click on request more information, you know, name, email address, phone number. When they click on get started, again, that will go to you if it is your replicated website. And take another scroll through here. We still do have the debt elimination calculator, ticker, better, that just gives a real-time view as of January 12th at 5:51 p.m. Mountain Time. This is the live debt elimination number right here, $2,156,154,676 in debt eliminated. Sorry, $721 in debt eliminated. 723. Anyway, it's live. It'll continue to grow and get bigger and bigger. And as they scroll through the site, you know, they'll be able to go through and you know, read some basic information about the product and the company, you know, again, there's multiple points where they'll be able to go through and click on Get Started. But the whole idea is we really want you to be able to have, some sites that you can be proud of, that you can, be excited to go through and share it with all of your different contacts, your prospects, friends, and family, and all that kind of good stuff. Again, you'll still have the debt elimination overview video here that was on the previous one. We've gotten a lot of super positive feedback about that. Same with just one wealth building example video. Again, there's many ways people can go through and start building wealth once their finances have been freed up, once they are no longer beholden to their lenders for the next 30 plus years. And then again, debt relief method recognition. A lot of this may look familiar, but just some credibility pieces here for you. And again, client testimonials, both video and anyway, so again, at your leisure, you'll be able to go through and view this and become a little bit more oriented with it. And again, it is optimized for your smartphone or smart device. So, that, as we all know, is pretty much where 90% of the people, maybe 90% plus, will be pulling up this information and probably where you'll be sharing it from as well. So moving on to the opportunity replicated site. You're probably already very familiar with a lot of the information that's on this site because we have found that the information that we had included in our company sites, and the client replicated site, the opportunity replicated site, corporate site, there was, the feedback was that information was all very powerful. But again, for the most part, what we've decided to do is go through and keep much of that information that was already proven to be effective and help build credibility and clarifying for people on who we are and what we do. And again, go through and just give it a very classy, current modern facelift. So again, I won't go through and play, any of the videos or anything like that right now, but, when you have a few free minutes, become familiar with this again, because this is really, it's some extremely powerful information that you will be able to go through and share with your clients. And you guys kind of know the drill. Doesn't really take a whole lot of explanation, but just want to go through and share this with you and let you know we are really excited to be able to, have this long overdue facelift done to the replicated site, the company site, to be able to help lend that credibility that goes along with the image and the impression of the Money Max account and what we're all doing to work together to help people get out of debt, save interest, and a whole lot of other really cool stuff that's going to be coming out within the next, we'll just say, few months. We've got some releases planned for all throughout this year, but all I can say is as time has gone on last year with the whole COVID thing, really the only thing COVID did as far as the company's concerned is it caused us to hunker down and build, produce, refine our craft even more. So it definitely did not slow us down in any way. It literally helped us become even more laser focused. And you'll just have to trust us. The projects that we're working on right now are absolutely fantastic. We've gone through a hiring spree, both in IT, in support, in management and executive level positions. One, as you met with the new COO, Mr. Joe Traver tonight. All I can say is that from the home office, we are absolutely gearing up for a full-on assault on debt and financial independence, wealth building, helping people to be able to further improve their financial situation beyond anything that they've seen in the U.S. and we believe beyond the U.S. because there's nothing out there like what we're about to launch. There's nothing out there like what we're working on. And as we all know, there's nothing out there like the Money Max account that can also deliver the results and the relief that it does to so many people And one of the critical parts of why we have been so successful in helping people to be able to get in a better financial position goes way beyond just the Money Max account and, you know, the home office and the corporate staff and all that kind of stuff. And it absolutely, that success can be attributed towards each and every one of you in the field. I know that many of you are putting in tireless hours, energy, effort, focus, and dedication, not just because you see the opportunity from a financial standpoint, but because you believe in what our crusade is. We see it, we hear it, we feel it, and we just want to tell you thank you from the bottom of our heart for everything that you do, for joining us in this mission, in this vision to help more and more people be able to get to a much better position in their lives financially, because we all know that once you help somebody to be able to alleviate problems in their lives financially, that can touch so many other areas of their lives in a positive way, so far beyond just finances. So I know you all know that. We're preaching to the choir when we say that, but again, we just want to tell you thank you so much sincerely for the hard work and effort that you put in. And all I can say is we are extremely excited about our future together, working to help build a better place for people to be able to go forward with some hope and some positive energy. And that's pretty much what I wanted to cover with you tonight. But thank you so much. And again, I'll go ahead and turn the time over to Mr. Mac Saunders. Mac, you there?
Yeah, Skylar, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to hear from you, your excitement about the company and excitement for the product and everything. So thank you so much for taking the time and share with us. And everybody, I just wanted you to know, you saw on the sites as they were coming up that what we were seeing was a URL come up in the middle of the page. That was just a link for the presentation this evening, so Skylar would be able to click on that link. The page will not come up with the link in the body of it, as we see there. Steve, you know, we've had an excellent run here. It's been a phenomenal presentation. It's great having Joe back. Anything that you'd like to put in as some closing comments?
A couple of things I'd like to cover with you. One, I won't go into, neither will I go into great detail about, but I want to share this with you. And for many of you, it may be something a little over your head. It may be at this point in time, okay, just because you don't have the knowledge yet. But for some of you, it will be. But look, when the stars are aligned and things are going in the right way, good things seem to start to happen. And we have always felt that as corny as it kind of sounds, we do feel that we're somewhat of a company of destiny, so to speak, and that we are here for a reason, get people out of debt and bondage. Well, I just found out today from a very reliable source, and I'm just sharing this so you can get a little taste of understanding you are at the right place at the right time. These are not just words, but in the most recent stimulus package, there's a code called 7702, which relates to cash values in a life insurance policy. We just found out hidden in that code is that people will be able to put twice the amount of money, accumulate twice the amount of money in that product with no taxation and doubling that dollar. It's called a modified endowment contract. Again, I understand this. Maybe some of you go, I don't even know what that is. What I'm sharing with you is there was something there that we didn't even know about that's going to be so good for the consumer and places where we're headed to help them to accumulate wealth and get out of debt. The doors are opening for more things to happen, greater things to happen for the company. So I found that very exciting today. I'd like you to do two things while we're on the call, and Matt's going to wrap this up in just a second. If you would respond to this to us now on GoToMeeting, or if you would like to send it to me, steve@ufinancialfreedom.com, steve@ufinancialfreedom.com. We are looking very seriously in the end of February, probably the 19th and 20th. We're looking at potentially having a live event with all the social distancing, all of the appropriate things, Looks like we'd have it in Orlando, Florida, which is, pretty much an open state. But we're looking at having a live event. The maximum number of people that we would allow to attend will be about 50. So it would be the first 50 who register, get in the door. It would be a boot camp. It would be 2 days of great, intense training. And so we don't want anyone to feel, look, there's no pressure, there's no anything. If you're uncomfortable going, we understand. But we would like to know, hey, is there an interest? Are some people comfortable with doing that? And if so, we would like to move forward with making, the proper arrangements for us to move forward in doing that and getting the word out to everybody so they could register. So if you'll let us know and give us a response, yes, or, I don't need you to say, hey, listen, I think that's a stupid idea. If you're not for it, don't respond, okay? We get the message. But if it sounds good and we have enough people interested, we'll move forward, okay? Hey, great call tonight. Thank you, everybody. Joe, so excited to have you on board with the company. New website we can be proud of. I mean, we're getting current. We're in the modern day today. We have so many more things unfolding for you, the field, to be proud of and take advantage of and to put more dollars in your pocket and go out and help more people. So I'm going to turn it over to Mac. Thank you for being on the call tonight. We really appreciate your time.
Hey, just everybody, I wanted to just take a moment in closing. I wanted to remind you of the opportunity that you have in front of you, and I wanted to remind you of the state of affairs that we're in America today. I was doing some research and looking at 2008, the crisis that we went through and how bad all of that got, the number of businesses that closed out, the number of foreclosures, the debt that each individual household had. That just sounded astounding in 2008. It didn't sound like something we could ever duplicate, and we are actually right now in worse condition than we were in 2008. So we didn't learn from our mistakes clearly. Now, what I can say is many of our clients that got on the program and got on it back in 2006, 2007 were able to weather financial storms that a lot of other people could not weather. I want you to understand something else about the product. By now being just as functional with a checking and savings account, our product is now recession-proof. So it doesn't matter what the market does. It doesn't matter if they lock, he locks. None of that matters. The program can still operate, and we are seeing that people are getting in more and more debt than they ever have in any time in history. I just look at student loans, and it blows my mind. We have a whole new arena of individuals that are stepping into the business marketplace, the college graduate that wasn't taught about finance, that wasn't taught anything about how this all operates. They were just taught you get a credit card and you make payments. It is our responsibility. I truly believe this. I've been with the company for 20 years, and this January actually is 20 years that I've been with these guys. And I have never looked right and I've never looked left. I've stayed focused because I truly believe the education that this product brings to people, it changes lives dramatically. I've watched it happen, not just the lives of the individuals that purchase the product, but the agents that get involved with the product and start sharing this and start getting these life-changing stories from their clients, start building big organizations, start making money. Their lives begin to change. I remember having a lady say to me, Mac, I don't know that I feel comfortable making $20,000 a month. And I just said to her, I said, well, think about it this way. How much do you think you're comfortable with? And she came back and she said, well, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month. I mean, that's more than enough. I've been living on $4,000 a month. And I said, well, then if you make $20,000 a month, say you double your cost of living and go to $8,000, that means you can donate $12,000 of your money to whatever cause. If you don't feel comfortable earning that money, donate it. And she said, Mac, will I ever get there? This is a true story. I told her she would make it inside of 6 months, and 4.5 months later, we were at a meeting. This is a couple of years ago. We were at a meeting, and I was sitting there talking to this lady, and she had just gotten a check for $21,224. And it was 4 months instead of 6 months. And she was just shaking, showing me this on her phone that she had received that much in commissions. And I said, what are you going to do with the rest of the money? And she goes, well, I'm not sure I can donate a full 12,000. So do be aware of this. It's not a bad thing to make a lot of money when you provide a good service, because you can decide what you want to do with that money. You can decide the level of success that you see inside of this company. You can decide your path inside this company. You can decide who it is that you do business with, who you build with, and how you build your organization. This is one of the best opportunities in America today. For me, it's the best opportunity I've ever seen. And I just don't want you in the field because you hear us talk about it all the time. You're exposed to it. I don't want you to lose that urgency, that drive, that heart, that compassion, that knowledge, that self-knowing that this is absolutely the right thing to do, that this is good and proper and moral, and that we are providing a service that is changing lives. Be excited about the product you have in your hand. Be excited about the passion that you bring to the table. So let's get out there and do it big. Let's get out there and do it right. But at the very least, let's get out there and do something big right now. This is Max Saunders and Steve Smith saying bye-bye for now.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for being on the call.